Turn to one of the top stories this morning, the Matric pass rate dropping in 2020.
The numbers climbed each year between 2015 and 2019, but of course the COVID crisis will slow that momentum.
But you know what, we're still above the levels that we reached just a few years ago. So let's take a look at those numbers. Our reporter Michael Morelia is tracking one for us. And Michael, a very important question we shall start with. Not other questions, this question. We know we've lost ground, but have we made progress?
Yeah, I think we have lost a little bit of ground, but the trend actually suggests, guys, that we can recover quite quickly. So let's hope that we do that in 2021. But you're not going to escape my question. I'm going to ask you, both of you, to put on the record for the whole country and tell us what you got as an average in your Matric years. Here we go, South Africa, full disclosure.
Suddenly not feeling so well.
Suddenly want to just knock off. But you know what, I did my Matric 13 years ago, 2008. I was an OBE learner. I was part of the outcome-based education. And I'm proud to say I got two distinctions, one in English, and the other one that I've been shy about, it's maths literacy. I always said maths. People thought I was probably like, oof, but it was actually maths literacy. And I saw a tweet about maths learners saying maths literacy kids don't know exponents. Listen, I know 4 to the power of 2, okay? I don't just know 1 minus 1 is 0. So there we go. Two distinctions. I tried.
Is it my time now?
It's your turn, Jay.
So in my year, I think one student got an A. It wasn't me. And I know this makes me sound a bit like an old fart, but I mean, when I was at school, there wasn't that pressure that you see now. You know what I mean? We just we did the bare minimum just to get through. It's a different scene.
Oh,
okay.
What about you?
All right, we'll publish her full results at the end of the show. I was also not a straight A student, I'll admit that. But let's move on and focus on the content. Enough about us. Let's take a quick look at the numbers over the last few years, guys, just to give you some context in terms of the 2020 results. We were at about 76% in 2014, saw a decline in 2015. Part of that was because of the new CAPS curriculum that came into effect. We also saw a lot of progressed learners in that particular year who made it into a Matric and struggled. And then we saw a recovery. 2017, we breached the 75% mark. And every year onwards, we started to see 2 to 3 percentage points in terms of increases. So we have been heading up over the last few years. In fact, 2019, we breached that mark of 80%. It was, in fact, above 81%. 2020, like you said, guys, we have lost a little bit of ground, around about 5 percentage points. But Angie Motshekga did mention that if you exclude progressed learners, the pass rate is actually at 81%. What are progressed learners? Well, these are learners who struggled in grade 11, but were given a chance to try and pass Matric. Roughly 70,000 progressed learners were allowed to write their exams this year. We understand around about 24,000 of them actually passed. So spare a thought for them. Obviously, during the lockdown, they wouldn't have had the attention that they might have needed from their teachers because they had to stay at home. So fingers crossed, the Department of Basic Education will give those progressed learners some extra attention in 2021.
And when it comes to provinces, some have done pretty well and some really deeply concerning.
Yeah, absolutely. A wide sort of spectrum in terms of the provinces. Let's focus on those very quickly, guys. You'll see that the Free State and Gauteng still sitting above 80% in terms of their pass rates. 2019, Free State was at 88%, dropping about 4 percentage points to 85%. Gauteng also losing a little bit of momentum, guys, but still doing fairly well in the broad scheme of things, down from 87% in 2019 to 83% in 2020. But this is a big concern, and I'm sure you'll be talking about this for the next few days. Northwest really did well in 2019, 86%, dropping all the way down to 76% last year. So that will be a big concern. Let's focus now on the Western Cape and KwaZulu-Natal. The Western Cape slipping below the 80% mark. It was at 82% in 2019, now sitting at about 79%. KZN, although it's climbed 1 notch in terms of the overall rankings, it has slipped in terms of its pass rate, down from 81% to now roughly 77%. 0.5%. And in Mpumalanga, this is a province which had made some ground but declined a little bit. In fact, about 7 percentage points, down to 73.7. Finally, let's focus on the Eastern Cape and some of the more rural provinces. Some big concerns here, guys. We've seen a decline from 76% in the Eastern Cape all the way down to 68%. So we're talking about an 8 percentage point drop there. The Northern Cape, roughly 10 percentage point decline in that particular province. So the alarm bells really ringing in those areas. And then finally, Limpopo also seeing a decline around from 73% in 2019, falling to 68% in 2020. So clearly some issues in some of those rural provinces. I'm sure the Basic Education Minister will want some kind of an intervention from her team in those provinces.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Michael, for this update.